And that's like, I've heard a couple people say the same exact thing. Like that's what they wanted to try and do, and I love that idea. And right now, like Team Cremate is there are 4 individuals. There were 4 artists. They came together. They were rap artists, and they were battle rappers. One of them still is a battle rapper, and that's Rebel. He's the youngest. But they came together to form this group called Team Cremate. Actually, Don Poe was a part of it too. So all of them came together. It was 5 of them. It's 4 now. But now, from my understanding, is they're all doing individual projects too now. So I think that's how you can make a group. Because I know you've seen it time and time again. A group of guys, they're a group. But then nobody can.
It's hard to separate from that ego.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own ego.
Right.
Like on the same note, we started off doing the same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a group of us. And then it was like about consistency and who really wanted to do it and who wanted to be a part of it and who wanted to stay consistent.
Right.
With it. So it's like, it's my brother. You know what I'm saying? So it's always been me and him, regardless whether he's doing a solo project or whatever the case may be. I'm right there with him. You got to put your ego aside for it.
But another thing is, because you all are so close, you know what I mean, that you all can disagree, have an argument, cuss each other out, and then 5 minutes later be like, all right, so we doing this?
We got to fight.
Oh, we got to fight.
Okay,
we'll see. But I'm just saying, but you get it off your chest and you keep on. But you can't do that with certain people. Again, groups. Head honcho, and then that's when everything starts to fall apart, because nobody can. They don't want to talk about anything. It's got to be this way, it's got to be that way. So then this one goes off and they do their thing, blah blah blah. Sometimes they get back together, sometimes they don't. But I've seen so much dissension in groups, and every time somebody brings up like a group, I'll be like, all right, how long is this going to last? How long is this going? Because I'm a people watcher, so I watch different like when I first meet people, somebody introduced me to somebody. That's just my nature, but I watch, like I said, I watch artists over the years, and I watch how they interact with other people, and then I see how they interact with me. And like, if you come to me and be like talking trash about somebody else, and I'm like, so you're gonna turn around and talk trash about me? The whole thing, like I said, I've watched it. Like you said, there was a group of y'all. Like, I did a photo shoot for K Fields a few years back. He was like, can you come do a photo shoot for me for my guys? I was like, all right. So I get there, and there's like all these guys. I have no idea who they are. Come to find out, they end up being Division Code 17, which is the group. Well, I took pictures of all these people, and now there's only 4 guys. So, and what it was is, some of them had the drive. Some of them just kind of like laid back. Yeah. Just like you said, like it all, like you know, like if you sit up there and you're like, okay, let's do this, let's go do this show. I talked to this promoter, and then you're like, all right, that's cool. Then you got somebody else, and they're like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Then what happened is, see, like with us, it was more so like, let's do this show. All right, we got a 3-minute set. We're gonna do these songs. So if y'all coming, y'all coming. Then it's like, oh, well, I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Right.
I can't make it that day. So then it's like, we got our own studio. So it's like, we making playlists for the song. And with us, see, we don't like to rap along with the music. We want that live feel.
And that's what I love.
Live feel about it. So it's like, when that same note, you gotta practice. I'm not gonna let you. First of all, it's hard work and dedication. I'm not gonna let you come up on stage with me and you haven't practiced your song.
Or be up there and don't know your words.
Exactly.
Your words.
Yes.
And I think that's one reason. Like I've had that argument. I was like, I don't like when people rap over their lyrics, because if that's the case, just hand me your CD.
Thank you.
I can do that.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Like, you come, if you ever see us perform, like, it's no rap.
Right.
It's us.
That was one of the first things I noticed when I seen you guys perform. Like, well, when I remember seeing y'all perform, but that's one thing. Like I've said time and time again. I think, and then the argument I got was, because what was it? Rick Ross was on I think it was a BET award special or some award show, and he was rapping over his lyrics, and I'm just like,
but he really had you like, man. I seen Ross perform on a one before they closed one night.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and he went off. It's like 2 hours. Not over top of his beat, going off there. He wasn't scheduled to perform that night or nothing.
Well, I got asked to come Summer Jam. They just had Summer Jam in July, and 92Q had me there taking pictures for them. Yay! And it was a good show. I was this close to Fab. You know, I could have reached out and touched Fabulous and grabbed his leg if I wanted to be on that groupie stuff, but I resisted. And Ross was there, and I've never seen Rick Ross in concert. I've never really wanted to. I'm not saying I'm not a fan. Like there's some music that he's done that I really do like, but I'm not overly like a fan of his and just go all crazy. But I took pictures of him, and he had his lyrics, but you could hear him over them. You know, his lyrics were far enough, they were low enough, they weren't booming over him.
Okay, yeah. I mean, like I said, I can even deal with that, but it's like when you come to a live show, it's certain things I expect that live feel like.
Right.
And my thing is like this. A lot of what I see the younger dudes, they just want to go with. They just want to perform, like they just
jump around on stage.
Yeah, instant gratification, like that's just what they want. They don't want the hard work.
They're not holding the mic up to their mouth.
Oh, they didn't do that.
they're holding, and then they be like this, and they're rapping along with the music, and I'm looking at them going, do you know, like what would happen right now if your lyrics just went out?
I peeped that too.
You know, and that's what I've always said, because I want to be able to hear. That's I said the same thing about singers.
Yeah.
I want to hear you sing. I want to hear you sing. I can go in this studio that's right down the hallway here, and I can go sound like Mariah Carey because the engineer is that good, and he can make me sound like Mariah Carey. But when I'm standing there on that stage,
and you perform it live, it's gonna sound.
You're gonna be booing me off the stage because I can't even hold a note anymore. I used to be able to sing, but I can't anymore. But that's like that. One reason why I'm glad that you're here is because I can reminisce. Like I can reminisce about things, how things, you know, because my whole premise for doing this show is so people can be educated on like history of Baltimore hip hop, and because nobody has documented it, like nobody has tried to document it.
Like trying to do a Baltimore Boys for the hip hop joint, like how they did for Dunbar. You know what I mean? Remember Elements?
Yeah.
Remember Silhouette?
K-Mac. Look, K-Mac is he is an actor now. He doing he did the play The Wire. He played Chris. He's been doing plays. He's been doing plays. He's still doing music. He has a radio show. Him and Tammy have a radio show. Like he's still very active.
Yeah, they just signed a little dude. I'm cool with Stevie B.
Really?
Dude, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's what's up. Like they constantly doing stuff, you know. And I'm like I don't get to everything, but I do try to keep in touch with certain people because I know what they're doing. I know that they're about this culture. Yeah. You know, like I said, I can't get with the new music that's playing on the radio. You know, and I can't get with how they're becoming quote unquote famous either. When I came in the scene 2006 when I became aware of the scene. 2007 I started to get familiar with some of the music and the names, and then 2008 is when I started to go to all the shows. So what I noticed was we had a lot of venues where you could perform at, and everybody was doing shows. You're being seen. You're gaining fans that way. These kids are getting on YouTube. They're not performing, but then turn around because they're young. They're appealing to the middle school and high school kids. Whereas music, you know, I can't get with that stuff. I like 90s music. I'm sorry.
I'm still listening. Like, okay, Dave East and the Imperious Rex, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, Imperious.
They the two I'm listening to right now. Like, little bro put me over to Dave East Paranoid joint. Bang.
My ex.
Rex, I'm listening to both of them right now. So
yo, that song, I was playing it today because I had gotten it back on like the 9th and forgot that was even on my computer because I can't listen to anything in my car unless it's a CD now because I put everything on my phone.
Right.
So, so I'm sitting there. My friend, he was there. He was playing Madden. He brought his system over. He's playing Madden. So I'm looking and I'm playing. I played the first time I played Imperious Rex, and he's like, "Yo, what is that?" I said, that's P. He said, I know it's P. Yeah. And I said, it's Imperious Rex. So then I played the song with him, with Rock, Raekwon, Method Man, Inspector Deck. He said, oh shit, I need that. I said, what, the whole project? Or you just, he said, look, that song I definitely need. But I'll take the whole, he never did get the whole project because he left out before I got here. But
I got a satellite joint and all I listened to was Backspin. I listened to old Shade 45 and all that, but it's Backspin. It's because all players is old school hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
I can't and I thought like the new music that goes on, I can't listen to it because for one, I can't relate. I can't relate to popping Percocets and Mollies and. Right. You know, even though one of my favorite guys right now is Kevin Gates. I love Kevin Gates.
Free Gates.
Oh, yes, Free Gates. But like, I can relate to his music because I've been in those relationship situations. He's got one song called "Smiling Faces," and it's "Beware of Smiling Faces," and I can relate to that. Everybody can relate to people having smiling faces.
Also, too, we look at too like a lot of these younger dudes. They haven't been through life to have that. They relate to what we've been through in life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if that's all you know is popping pills and Molly, that's all you're gonna rap about.
Right. And so you
can't listen to them and expect to hear more content. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. And see, and that's my thing. Like, I had some guys here a couple weeks ago. They were on the show. The dude Chopper Man, Poverty ENT. Okay. I listen to the music and I'm a lyric person, so I listen to words. The beat can be fire, the beat's hard, but I'm listening to them lyrics. Are you telling me something? Are you telling me a story? You just rhyming some damn words together. Mm-hmm. So that's why I say I'm so old school because I need to hear some substance. Yeah. You can't be just rattling off words and then because then my brain just goes mushy. And I'm just sitting there going, what the fuck did they just say? Right. So, because that's how I was with Gates at first. And then I went and I looked up his lyrics and I'm reading the words to the song that I was listening to. And I was like, oh, you a wordsmith because you going to be throwing words in there that I have no idea what the hell they are.
He got that country swing with it. So it's different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I love Gates. Like, he got substance and he talking about real life situations that you as a person can relate to, not just you as somebody for the culture.
Right.
Like you a human being, you've been through the same thing. You know?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We all been in them dark places at times.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So that's one reason why I can't. Like, that's why, like, when even with the guys that Hood has had on the show, you guys always stood out to me because it was that music that I just felt it. You know what I mean? Like, I just felt it. So I didn't. It wasn't like I had to overthink or try to decipher shit and all. But it was the music, and I was like, okay, yeah, all right, I can feel this. This is hip hop music, and not to discredit because I've said this before too. I keep saying it. You know how rock music has different sub rock cult little things, you know.
Hard rock, soft rock.
You got grunge, you got death metal, heavy metal, all that stuff.
It's the same way you can't put hip hop in a box like that.
Hip hop is hip hop, but then you've got conscious hip hop, you've got mumble, you got gangster, you got all these different types. And I don't think people want to they just don't want to address that. That's why when they say, "Oh, that's not hip hop," it's not your hip hop.
Yeah.
That's not your hip hop. It's their hip hop. Well, hip hop has to evolve, and I'm like, I don't think
I've heard that so many times.
I don't think that's evolving. I think that's just going into the DNA has changed a little bit, yes, but that's why I say I don't we get into talking about it here, especially with Skipper's here, because he's these guys called the Creek Boys. that seem really, really popular right now.
Yeah.
I had no idea who they were. I seen them on stage, and they were like they're jumping up and down and they're rapping and all that stuff. And I think D-Boy is behind them, like he's managing them or something. So, I mean, yeah, I was entertained. But they're not somebody that I will go out of my, I won't go out of my way to go and get their music, because I'm not a fan. Maybe if I listen to their music more, maybe I will become a fan. Who knows? Maybe I'm just too old. I don't know. No. But we get into the conversation about the hip hop music, and I'm just like, I'm a person. I will agree to disagree. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to try and make you change your mind about how you feel. Just don't try to do the same thing with me. We'll agree to disagree and leave it at that.
Exactly, that's it.
Because
I'm listening to what I'm listening to. I'm going to rap it the way I'm going to rap. It's just however it come out, it is what it is.
Right.
Oh, you got to step up. Oh, you got to change it to the lane, to the new era, man.
No, because that would be like you going and signing a deal with some record company and them telling you, okay, well, you can no longer do this. You have to do this. You just sold your soul. To me, I think artists need to continue to follow the path that they want to follow. Yeah. If you choose somewhere you choose to go down that path, then that's your right to go down that path. But I think people are so focused on trying to get radio airplay.
Instant gratification, like I said. You want to get what it is right now, not looking towards your future to say, damn, my soul.
Right, because look at the longevity. Look at the longevity that you guys have had in this scene, and I know you've seen people come and go because I've seen people come and go. And then there's other artists like Scar Akbar who's still making music. And
Scar been doing since I was middle school.
Right, Scar was one of those ones when somebody said something about local artists. They were the only ones that I knew were the ones I heard on the radio, just like the little kids on Poplar Grove. And at that time, it was Tim Trees, Scar, Mully, Travis. Boss man. Every time I say his name, it's like some kind of content because I've had any interaction I've ever had with him has not been pleasant. Paula Campbell, she was on the radio too. So and Hooli Shalom. So that was like Scholarship. Was it Scholarship? What was that name of that song he had? Scholarship something. I can't remember. Scarson had so many damn songs.
So many.
But he had that's when he was on the radio with that song. And when I first met Scar, I was like, that's Scar Akbar. Oh my God. Oh, Comp too.
Oh yeah.
The man with the name, my God.
Yes. That I still got that song on my phone. That song stays on my phone no matter what phone I got.
He performed that live. Me and Nino lost our fucking mind. Serious, he did it. I was like, wow.
Yeah, it was cool. Like we parted that.
Yeah, it was real cool.
So like those were the people that I knew as local artists. So then when I came in the scene, and I was like, good God, there's a lot of artists here, and like they were all like I never heard like everybody was all together, and we were just like like a big family. And then I don't know where it went, but it all kind of fell apart. And then the scene had changed. And now I think it's because we don't have very many places to really perform at. And they're not even people aren't even basing anything on those performances. For me, you can hand me your CD. Like I don't know you hand me your CD, and I'm gonna go listen to it. And I'll be like, oh, all right, but I want to see you perform. I want to see how you are on that stage. You know what I mean? Right. You've come off stages. Like, I've seen you come off.
Every time she said, I'm coming in the crowd. Lisa, you know what's going to happen. I'm going to come down in the crowd. Right.
He's on stage at 5 seasons. Next thing I know, he's down in the crowd because for one, everybody was like kind of back. So he just comes down in the crowd and he's rapping on. I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
I'm gonna make you make sure you're listening to me.
You gonna feel it.
At least it's been at least 4 or 5, maybe more. And every time we go, here it comes. At some point in time, boss will come down
right
in the middle of the crowd and just do him. You know what I mean?
Cause see, Boss got an alter ego. Like when he humble right here, he get on stage, he's a completely different dude. And it's like
different.
I remember like when our first shows performing, he mad because the people don't know the words to the song. Like, like what are you talking about? He like, no, what nobody. In his head, he envisioned this whole thing where
they
like,
gonna sing along.
Yeah, like everybody gonna sing along. I'm saying like, man, we ain't this high. Like, I told you everybody to sing along to a song they don't know. Man, you gotta watch your mind.
But I mean, I can understand that because you get so amped to get, when you get on that stage. And to perform and all, and I understand that. That's a funny story. He gonna be telling that story forever. You know that, right? Remember that time? Remember that time we was performing and
Yeah, we got so many moments of times. Trust me.
I do
too. We
too.
go through a whole bunch of them tonight.
Where you are? Y'all going out, or y'all performing, or you just going to hang and?
We gonna watch this fight.
Oh yeah.
Or whatever. You think Conor got a shot, bro?
Conor don't have a shot.
No, see, here we go.
Lisa, do you think Conor got a shot?
I think it's gonna be a good fight. I'm gonna put it that way. I think it's gonna be a good fight. I don't know who that was. I think it's gonna be a good fight, just because of the simple fact of the endurance of both fighters.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Floyd has shown himself time and time again when it comes to that boxing ring. Conor has the endurance because of his MMA fighting. So I think it's going to be a good fight. It's not going to be no knockout in the first round kind of shit.
Oh, no. That ain't happening.
It's not. I really do think it's going to be a good fight. And it really doesn't matter because both them motherfuckers are going to get paid.
That's what I'm saying. So
they're getting paid good. But you know what's funny to me? Because Floyd always the one talking shit all the time.
And that was Conor the one.
Conor was on stage. Yo, Floyd's face was tight as shit. I was laughing. I was like, now you know what I feel like. Because I've never seen anybody talk that hardcore shit against Floyd. Like nobody.
You gotta look like, see the fight, I'm thinking about the fight shit, it always gotta be a protagonist and an antagonist.
Right.
And then you got two protagonists against each other. So it's like, I'm not trying to be the good guy, you're not trying to be the good guy. We two assholes and we gonna fight.
Right. And Conor, I was watching that and I was just dying laughing. Because they're assholes. That's like I said off air, with AJ, Anthony Rumble Johnson. I've known him since let's see, my husband died in 2005, so I met him in 2004. And that's before he would even sign with anybody. He had just gotten signed months later with Ken Shamrock. He was going to start doing MMA. And he's such a good guy. He's such a humble guy. So when he does the interviews, he's just a nice guy. But I know, I've talked to him and we've had conversations, and he's just he'll talk his trash, but he's just that nice guy. So we had to push him. Like when he got jabbed in the eye, he was fighting somebody and got jabbed in the eye twice, and they finally had to call the fight. They didn't call the fight. That was the problem. They didn't call the fight, and he ended up having to get cornea surgery on his cornea because he got poked in the eye twice, and then he ended up fighting the guy again and whooped his ass. But I've seen a lot of those guys, they're so pumped up and they're talking shit, and AJ's never, he's just a nice guy and everything. So for me to see Conor get on that stage and talk all kinds of shit. Did you see when he picked up the book bag? Because Floyd always carried that backpack. And he said something about the money only being a little bit of money in there. So I was like, yo, I'm dying.
Yeah, that's.
But I think, like I said, I don't know who's going to win. I think Floyd's probably going to win because, hey, it's Floyd.
It's experience.
And, he's undefeated, isn't he? Is he undefeated? Yeah. So this would be if he was to lose this fight tonight, I think that would be such a crushing blow to his ego.
A lot of money maybe on a rematch, though, if he was.
True.
So,
my thing like this right now, that's his own promotion company. It's not like Mayweather working for somebody else.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't even think they would allow that to happen. You know what I'm saying? That's just my honest opinion about it. It's just
right.
True, bro. That's true.
I think
difference.
Like I said, I think it's going to be a good fight. I'm gonna hear about it. I'm not I deactivated my Facebook page, so I won't read about it. That's one thing I hate about Facebook. anytime you watching a show, watching something like I wasn't even watching some award show and it was just like a play-by-play. I was like, damn, I don't even have to watch this shit. You know, movies, TV shows, everything, play-by-play. I'm like, I don't know. So that's gonna be the same thing. Cause well, it was like that with AJ too. Cause when AJ won one of his fights, I had people tagging me and Lisa, your boy just kicked his ass. He was I was like, I know. I know. I don't like watching this fight. I never watched this fight. I don't like watching his fights live. And he said, why? Because we were in, he was in New York doing some media shit, and I went up to go see him. I was like, I walked in, I was like, I said, why you got this room hot as hell? He said, because it's cold as fuck outside. He lives in Florida. So this was like during the wintertime. I was like, you know what? I don't like watching you fight. He was like, why? I said, because they hit you. He said, but Lisa, I hit them harder.
That makes sense.
This is true. This is true. Right. But I get so amped and get mad. And I don't want to break my TV. So, one of the songs you sent me didn't come through. It was a file. It came as a file, and I was like, whatever. I can't figure it out. No, I got the one from SoundCloud because I went and snatched it because I know how to snatch shit. So, yeah, I be snatching shit off of YouTube all the time. That one and that one. It was another one that you sent me. Yeah, that was the one. That was a SoundCloud one that I went and snatched.
And you got that one?
Yeah, how they killed how they killed God. So, yeah. So we're gonna listen to some music, and then I'll be right back, and we're gonna talk some more. I'm gonna think of some things to talk about because my head's still hurting. I'm just trying to pretend like it's not. So yeah, we'll be right back.
Yeah.
You go right to the door, right to the other door.
You go first, Brett.
Well, there's another one out in the other hallway too.
Oh boy. Woo.
Get rid of this fucking headache. Probably my damn signs.
Yeah, mine been killing me all week.
It's weather change. Every time weather changes.
I was done.
Oh shit, it's the new style. Okay, okay.
Oh wow. Damn, boy.
Both the ladies with us, they had shrimp and lobster. Skyline and plastic, we smacked the slang. Tied around the young throat with these babies.
He's got the, I want to see the other one right now.
Down see me hitting up a one-on-one. Niggas switch your pitch up, you motherfuckers raw too. Get your man out, get his ass hit like a dawn 2 to 3 in the morning. You don't even want to reach one more. You're not quick enough from the drawer and up on the floor. It's Dianetics from L. Ron Hubbard. You can learn to leave, or we can learn to love it. Look. Fake thugs need emotional care. How you wear the same jeans your mother and sister wear? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm challenged.
Let's start from the beginning at the top of the list. A lot of corny niggas on the mic, get this. First of all, you got these young niggas rolling the dolly. Can't do a live show cause you're the off the molly. You need to talk to your producer or your manager, Jack. But how did you leave the studio with shit like that?
Yo! Oh!
He just along for the ride. He getting the free hide. Now look, what's the shit I hear about that you a gangster?
I be saying the same shit.
Ace of the building. That's what he made. That was one of those How You Kill God.
I've seen it before.
That's what he made. You know, after that when I came in.
I was just like, yo, where the fuck I seen it before? Was he at the shows and shit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I was like, what if I was doing it from somewhere? I see everything.
Wicked mind get execution. Righteous mind get liberation. Play with yourself, start masturbation. Cut to top, castration. Days later, resurrection. He's coming back, read revelation.
I was like, it was the right place.
We're moving out of here. This will be my last show here. We're going to a new building. St. Paul.
You just moved to? We just moved to?
Yeah, we gotta be out of here by the 31st. So I gotta find out for 3 days tonight. Like, cause people like, you gonna schedule me for an interview? I'm like, I don't know.
She got my back against the wall, see this bitch. Stitches are hurt. Promoters need to get us some work. I need to get up off the.
And then when I put the bat signal out for people to come, like I had a last week I had a empty space because Del Buck was supposed to be here, but he said that he wasn't coming. So I was like, all right, Del Buck. No, Del Buck. So so I put out the bat signal. I was like, you know, who wants to come through? And, oh, me, I'm coming through. My homeboy, big, Baltimore Big Steve came through for like the 900,000 times. But he's in Houston right now. He just flew to Houston yesterday. He said he's gonna get stuck there. I've been down there twice. I was down there. This last time we drove down there, never again. At least not with the people he had with him. And with New Orleans. I did not realize the song was this damn long.
Oh wow.
Okay.
It's like, I'm sorry, it's like 10 more there.
Oh, I'm getting ready to stop this.
No, what do you
We're
say?
going to play them later.
No doubt.
The rest of them later in later on.
Let's do it.
It's live.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, we live.
Oh, baby, yeah.
We live. This is YouTube live. And then that's Hard Body Radio live, I think. I think that's, I don't know if that's live or. Yo. I know y'all listening in right now. See, I look, I paused it. I paused it at 5 minutes. The thing is 9 minutes long. But, yo, the first song. Why it give me that Wu-Tang feeling? Because that's exactly the feeling they gave me. It's like Wu-Tang. I guess maybe it must be the beat selection. I think that's what it is. Like that whole, it was from somewhere. I'm telling you. He said, yeah, you look familiar too. I'm a white girl in Baltimore. We all look alike. We all look alike. I keep telling you. I had somebody pull up on me at a gas station talk about, you ever live in Dundalk? Hell no.
Oh, shit. That's that bullshit.
Oh, well, you look, I know I probably do because all white people look alike. I tell people that all the time because they do. Especially big white girls like me. We all look alike. I'm just here. I had somebody else in here, J Money Hackett, part of Wisdom Court. He's got a song where it was like the 90s, some 90s beats, and he switched them up. You know, like there was a continuous song,
Yeah.
and you know he was riding each beat. Because not everybody can ride beats.
Exactly, and that was another thing. Like with that, you working with some of the newer artists is like they only can do one type, one style,
Right.
Style, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And you know what I noticed too? A lot of them cannot freestyle at all. Even if they were to take their writtens. You know how like you feel the beat and you know when you're supposed to jump in. So I'm like this and I'm jumping in and you still standing there looking dumb. I'm like, there's no way. You rap, I don't. So that's because I pay attention and music.
They say they do.
A all that first vibe.
No.
And like I said, I'm sitting there, I'm listening to the first song y'all had left out, and I'm sitting there listening. I took a couple bites of my salad that my daughter got me because I ain't ate today. So that might be another reason why I got a headache. But, and I'm listening, and then like you came in, I was like, okay, who the hell is this? Because I knew it wasn't you.
Obviously.
So I looked, I was like, Lee Majors. I said, the Bionic Man?
Yep, that's it.
Behind the man, incredible.
I was like, the Bionic Man? Because, you know, I'm old, so I know who Lee Majors is. A lot of everybody else be like, well, what are you talking about? Lee Majors? The Fall Guy? Like, no, you don't. So you ahead of the game. You probably $6 more than a lot of these motherfuckers got, because, yeah, a lot of them don't invest in themselves. But yeah, like I said, that first song, I was like, sitting here, I was like, it gave me that kind of Wu-Tang, because I guess the beat or whatever. And like you said something on there, and I busted out laughing, because it was like something, I forget what it was. I'm gonna have to listen back to it, and I'll get back to you. But like you say, like something, like even on the second one, when you was talking about something about the producer and your friends letting you leave out the studio or something, and I was like, yo, I be saying that shit all the time when I hear stuff. Because I've said this, because I'm gonna tell you one thing: G Hood will never steer you wrong. He will not steer. He's not gonna steer you wrong. He's not gonna tell you nothing that's not. You know, he's not going to tell you something that's not going to be beneficial to you. He's going to tell you the truth. He's going to lead you right in the right direction. I said, I know that there's producers out here because my ex was telling me about a song that he did at this guy's studio. And when he got the song back, because the guy that owns the studio was on the hook, I think. And when I listened to the song, pay attention. And And that's what I told him. I said all his stuff was preset for him, but he didn't give a fuck about setting anything for your voice. He didn't give a fuck about nothing because your shit sounded awful. Your verse didn't sound awful. It was just the sound of the song and everything. But his shit sounded like it just came. It was ready for the radio. And there's producers out there who don't give a fuck what you sound like as long as they get paid.
That's it. They will let you leave out this shit like, okay,
Sound good to you? Sound good to me.
Right, does that, yeah. Knowing it sounds like shit. But anyway, yeah, but when you said that, I busted out laughing, y'all. Walking around and say you have no friends, because if I was your friend, I wouldn't let you come out the house looking like that. That's why I get half done songs in my inbox, in my email talking about, Lisa, can you listen to this? Tell me what you think. Why? Because you're gonna tell me the real truth. I'm like, oh, okay.
Also, sometimes you can get a feel off of somebody else's song. Like, for example, if you hear somebody record, I said, I know where you're going at with it.
Right.
I try to get them there. Where you're going at with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Say, hey, you know, so some people don't like to take advice, you know what I mean? Because sometimes you can hear a song one way, and you know how you want it, but just one little thing can make it better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's like one of the guys that said a few times, and I told him, I said, how about right before when you go to say the hook, don't say the first. I think it was like a word or two or something. I said, drop those off, and then I said, because it sounds like you're rushing it. Like you're trying to rush to get those words in there. I said, and that's what's throwing me off. He was like, well, I'm going to think about it. I said, I mean, you can do whatever you want. It's your song, but you wanted my opinion, and that's what it is. But, you know, like, I hear music all the time, and I'm just like, oh, your homeboy told you that was good, didn't he? You got a bunch of yes men around you, don't you? Because they, oh, yeah, that's fine. I'm like,
where the weed at?
Right. No.
Two different beats.
Saying the same words. This is no lie, I was at a show at Vanity Room. Bless you. That's what I've been doing all day. But I was at a show at Vanity Room. And you know, you've seen me at shows. I don't go sit down. I don't go sit down. I stand at the front and I take pictures.
Yes.
Take pictures. Barely even go to the damn bathroom or go to the bar and get a drink. Stand up front taking pictures. Afraid I'm going to miss somebody. Vanity Room, I went and sat my ass down. I took pictures and I was up there and they was like, I was like, oh my God, okay, all right. For one, there was like 20 of them on stage.
Oh, boy.
And my attention does not stay focused if there's somebody drunk on the stage acting that ass. My brain automatically goes, hey, pay attention to that jackass. Because he's going to do something really funny.
Yeah, they always do.
Right. So they're up there and they're rapping the songs and all and jumping around. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So then it was another act came on. They sounded just like that act. Then the third act came on. And it was the same dudes from the first act.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's right.
Yo, and the song sounded the same.
Yo, I was down Vantage when I seen the show, right? And like you said, there's that one drunk dude on there, whatever. So when the song was going on, the artist, he was actually kind of dope.
Yeah.
Know? But you know, a lot of the crowd don't be supportive when they done a song. That shit hard. My man hard. You feel me? My man hard. Y'all better clap. He was dope, but it was just his man. He made that fun. Y'all don't know real music. This stuff hard.
But see, and I understand, like, I'm a fan of the scene as a whole. I'm a supporter of the scene as a whole. Yes, I do have my favorites. I made people out there doing that. That's like I said, you'll see me standing at the front of the stage from the time the show starts to the time the show ends. And I had to leave a show out at Malibu one night because I was riding with my ex and his best friend, and they were my ride. How was I gonna get home? I'm all the way out Eastern Avenue. I live on York Road by Woodburn.
It's time to go.
No, I'm gonna walk? Hell no. I don't even walk to the corner. What are you talking about? The first to the end, always. But I watch, like, people come and they're fans of that artist. They're not going to stick around. I'm sorry, because I'm sure everybody kind of looked at him and was like, shut the fuck up. Like, you know, this is how people are. Like, I'll be up there clapping. I'm going to tell you, this is no lie. I was at the Tech 9. Always. So, I usually use my other phone, but it didn't charge up. And when he was on the 70 city tour with Tech, I was super duper proud of his ass.
Yeah.
They brought who are you talking about?
Shout out to Stars. That Wayne Jones is hot.
Yo, he was. I actually had him in here after Summer Jam, because Summer Jam was the same thing. It was like you could hear people clapping. But once again, I'm clapping like yeah.
You seem like you gotta leave Baltimore to go. They get noticed like.
And that's what I. But it's a. And this is before, like, people really didn't know me. Like, they just thought I was a fan, and that was cool, and because I was. So he's on the phone talking to me one day, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I just, you know, I'm observant. So we're talking, and I was like, all right, I'm going to come clean. He was like, what? I said, I got a certificate in business for marketing and advertising. He was like, see? I knew. I was like, artists they're nothing but they're a business. So what do you do with a business? You market and you advertise that business. You find out where that business is going to do good at. You can't just have one type of music on there. You have to have music that's going to be to different people, especially females, because females are the ones who buy music. So, but it can't be. You can't base shit on me because I like ratchet shit. AMG, Bitch Better Have My Money is my favorite song of all time, and that's the most degrading song in the whole world to a female. And his girl gets it, oh my God, we gotta listen to this. Oh. But then the next song comes on and she's like, wait a minute, hold up. Exactly. Oh, okay, all right,
we just had this same conversation about Dave East, right?
Right.
I'm like, East can spit. I said, but now I
need to check that Chris Brown joint out, because Chris, I don't give a damn. You talk bad about Chris all you want.
Anything is fire right now.
Right.
You know
what was that one song that he was on? The girl, the little girl, the drop it low song that she had. What the hell was her name? I forget.
7th Street. Everybody
that he's been on a song.
Any song he's been on over the past 4 or 5 years been a number one song.
Right. So. Advertising themselves. I'm talking flyers and posters and stuff, but nobody wants to invest in themselves. My homeboy just had this issue. I really didn't want to talk about this, but I'm going to, because it kind of ties into everything about investing. That price was number $45. But anyway, so he dropped it down. Because it was somebody who done business with him before. So being the nice guy that he is, so then he had to hand draw shit. Wasn't like he was just getting on the computer and doing all this. He was having to hand draw the stuff, having to do all this. You getting a discount and you want more stuff? So it ended up this big. She ended up making this post trying to blast him on Facebook.
Oh wow.
And he ended up doing screenshots of the conversation that they had. He don't do that. He idea. But how could she steal his idea when the stuff that he was putting out was from... I got the song in 2016, to be honest. The song's called Ice Cream Man. And the promo for that song was done in January. And she just did all. Believe nothing that you tell me? Because I'm a criminal justice major. So I investigate shit. So if you tell me, like, Mystical was being there was a warrant out for his arrest. I got told this. I see. I don't believe nothing anybody says. So I go. So like when she said all this stuff, I was like, wait, hold up. I had the rough draft of that song last year. So I went in my email. Yeah. So, how do you see the music scene now? Like I said, you guys have been in the music scene just as long as I have, so you've seen how it's changed and all. So how do you see it now? Like where do you see it at? Like, is it on the uprise? Is it kind of standstill? Is it?
I say it's I mean, like you said earlier, it's like, okay, you got conscious rap, you got gangster rap.
And more so getting on their own grind, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying more of a grind with it, like not letting somebody else work for you and getting paid for it. You know what I'm saying? It's more so that business side, more people being business conscious of what they're actually doing and what people are giving them, instead of just taking that deal and running with it, and just taking that deal and thinking you're getting paid and not actually being broke.
On independent freedom.
I don't understand how people would want to still get any kind of a deal unless it's a distribution deal from anybody when everything is so easy accessible now. Like when I first came, like you had to figure out which one of them fake songs you was going to take off and put a new song up. But like you couldn't get your music played on iTunes. You couldn't get your music like anywhere. Like you could barely get a fucking video on YouTube. You know. And on Apple Music and Amazon Music, you can get get everything everywhere now. So it's so much easier accessible to be able to
spend real everything.
Everything. I mean, I got CDs on that piff. Shit, I got mixtape series.
But you gotta look, that's with everything in the world. Like your three biggest companies right now, they don't own anything. Uber, what taxis do they own?
Right.
One of the biggest companies. Airbnb, they don't own any properties. But they one of the biggest companies in the world right now.
Right. So, and that's I'm such an advocate for independent. I don't want to. I said, oh no, don't bother him with my bullshit. I'll catch up with him later. Man, I'm telling you, tech. I watched an interview with Travis, who is the CEO of Strange Music, and it was him. Listening to him because he's so smart, and like it's phenomenal music. Like the song that he had with T-Pain, one of my favorite songs, because he tells it to the book, you know what I mean? And he has that music, it's like the music to it is more rock. I love that. You be independent. You're gonna have to put.
Yes, you can.
I mean, right.
And actually, this is art. It takes talent. You know what
I mean? You getting people to listen to you. Like it's what it was like to have to buy your CDs from you. Like this one little dude, I never did listen to it. I like your hustle. You know what I mean? I like your hustle.
Probably was slick.
They don't realize everything that you guys. That's why I keep trying to bring history up. La La Lounge.
Wow. Yeah.
I remember I was supposed to be some shit.
I remember that night. Performing that night. You get up there. What the fuck that?
Right. And they're not even worried about performing. You know, on a show. You're just gonna pay to be back 2008 and all trees and Travis and we're gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. But every time I see Squirrel, I'd be like, "Hey, Squirrel." I seen him at Summer Jam, and I was him time. Like, just saying. Like back then, it was like, okay, you have to get your ass on your own as you go along to learn how to do this business. These kids, they don't know that the struggle began. Y'all paved the way for them just to be spoon-fed. It's a lesson learned, I guess. That's basically what's going on.
So they have no excuses now.
They don't perform anywhere. Yeah, we were at one place. What was it?
Oh, yes. You said.
And there's a little up, and you're performing, and
For like, it's the same thing. Like you said, the people on YouTube. I'm on your Facebook. I'm not Facebook, your Instagram. I'm not looking from that artist. I like because of what you said in your song. That's what it is.
right.
Not saying it like.
Because I did this. Is what I did. Song it's on my phone. Got the gunshots and everything. That last that I downloaded. So satellite. Like the speed of it.
Show from.
Right. So that's my same. That's the same. I'm watching you, and I'm watching. I watch and see when you not.
This, Lisa, like you conclude, like, and they see, right? Like,
right.
I mean, so
when you don't have them lyrics, in other words, but it fits in there. What the hell? It goes back to what you're saying about practicing and all, And that's a lost art because I don't think. And playing the CD over and over and over again, that way he knew the. On the way to, we're doing it on the way to the show. For a long period of time, things that they do, you know what I mean? Like, so I kind of learned from them and everything.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same way. If nobody's there to give.
We've been rocking since what, 07?
I'm sorry. No, he was like 2000. He was like 2000.
Seen the growth. You can hear it. You know what I mean? So it's like.
And that's like I said, that's the scene, and like I said, like just like with the business. Like I said, if I damn pictures, but I gain a lot of knowledge because I'm nosy. My browser, I got in there like.
You think you could run your own?
I've been asked to be a manager so many times. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That's it. I'm not doing nothing else.
So you never.
Point blank, period. And I'm too damn stuck. What do you need a manager for? Each of where they need a manager. Like what they think. We need to get you to the point of you having. My show is just to bring a spotlight. I talked to her yesterday, and she's got some things going on, and she was like, I don't even. She was like, yeah, because I don't interview artists. She's Murphy Lee from St. Lunatic, and like that's my like, and like they want like. It doesn't matter to me because. Yeah, you want me to be your manager, but are you going to pay me to be your manager?
See, that's another
if I'm going to invest my time, that's a lot of things that I would have to do as a manager. Yeah. And I'm gonna have to invest my time into catering to your little every whim, and then when I tell you this is what you need to do and you don't do it, then I have to go into my Mama Lisa mode and act like your mother. It's not gonna work. So
be consistent with yourself. Be consistent with yourself.
Right, you know, when you get to the point to like you're DC right down the road. DC right down the road. But ain't never done a show in DC. Pennsylvania right up the other way. Ain't never done a show in Philly, ain't never done a show in Pennsylvania. Billy Live has done shows and he's got his tour's coming up. He's gonna be in Westminster, Baltimore, there's like 2 or 3 of them up in Pennsylvania, over in Wilmington, Delaware. You know what I mean? Like going different places. And my man Big Steve, Steve needs somebody to help coordinate that stuff. It won't be me, but it won't be me because Steve is he's like me. He's so used to doing everything himself that for him to give over that control to somebody else would be really, really hard. And that's me. I just can't give over control of anything in my life. Like my daughter gets on me all the time because I'm OCD about certain things. When you wash dishes, it's plates and bowls, and you know, it's a certain way. And then when you put them away, I've got black plates, green plates, and white plates. I can't give up control, and that's why, like Steve, he needs somebody to help because he's doing a lot. Like I said, he just went to Houston yesterday, right before the storm got bad, and they told him he might get stuck there. So I'm praying him and Fat Boy DZ and DZ's wife and their family and everybody's safe. My man. The back end of it, the backlash of it from the water and stuff. So
shout out to Houston, man. Everybody be good, man.
I'm telling you, it was a state of emergency earlier. But I love traveling down there. That's what I'm saying. Have you guys traveled different, you know, different shows?
I travel all the time.
That's better than most of these motherfuckers have been. I've been down to VA too.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
Yeah, I would say VA.
I mean, but that's the plan to expand. This is like,
right.
It's just about being consistent. There'd be so much going on outside our personal lives.
Right.
Bills.
Yeah, I hate Bill. He gets on my nerves. I wish somebody would do something with Bill.
How about Bill?
Because Bill get on my nerves. Every
Right. I'm gonna go up one day. Well, you need to get a job now. But when I start rapping, you won't be saying that.
Right. So y'all do your own engineering and stuff too?
Yeah.
Y'all learned that as you went along, or
we
yeah.
Oh man, it was like our earlier stuff. Man, you listen to some of the earlier stuff. Oh man, it'll be the beat be high or the vocals. We like, yo, turn it down. So I'm like, oh,
that's because your voice is so booming.
Right. And now I get it. Like, okay, like all this time now,
You got everything
right.
you need. Because you can't hear yourself. I mean, you got
absolutely.
Record? Do you go straight through or do you punch in? See, ha. See, didn't know I knew all that kind of stuff.
I didn't even notice that most artists do that. So that makes it like, you know what I mean? I was proud of myself, like, oh, well, let me go through a song. I started doing it when I realized, okay, a lot of artists really do punch in.
Artists, they don't like to punch in. They want to go straight through. And I understand that. That's a perfection kind of thing with some of them. But at the end of the day, if you just keep on recording and you got to keep recording and you got to keep... Punch that shit in!
Yeah. It depends. Because see, now, like, you can't really tell. But back
in the day,
like, I ain't like, like, yo, man, Ray, like, you know what I'm saying? But Ray a beast. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
What you looking at?
No, I'm thinking.
3D in the building.
3D getting on my nerves.
Always.
I see you took that Henny out of here.
Huh?
I see you took that Henny out of
Yeah, I got
here.
One shot, take a little hit, man.
No, but I don't like punching. I like to go straight.
See, and
forward.
that's like I said, a lot. I know because I was up at Street Legal with Mark Carey, and I was watching, and whoever it was, I can't remember who it was. Somebody was in there, and they was just punching in and punching in and punching in. right. You only got no. I gotta do it over. I was like, what the hell?
Just took 40 takes.
Right. This is that. But I just because y'all said you got your own studio. That's why. See.
This is something different. So like if if I know I only got 2-3 hours studio time, you know what I'm saying? Punch me in.
Right.
Get over and done with. Go to the next
we used to
track.
go like I said, we used to be a group. So it's like we used to go down deep flow. You know, we paying for studio time.
Right.
So it's like,
$5.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, listen, hold up. You know, man, hold up. You ain't practice with you, man. Look, you got 2 takes to get this right, or somebody else going on a song.
I mean, so they do be punching in a lot, and they really, you know what I mean? Sometimes they do good takes sometimes, but yeah, they do. I mean,
But I was asking because, like I said, I know a lot of artists that I watched a lot of artists record. So I watched them that they don't like to punch in, and you know, like I said, for a long time, I used to sit and just watch. 'Cause I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I'm gonna pay attention. Maybe I'll learn something, and I've learned a lot as I'm going along. So.
Some people don't know how to punch in either because they have a certain energy.
Yeah, they don't match up.
Right.
Something they come and punch me in. Like, it sound like 2 different people.
You got match up.
Yeah, so that's why, like I was asking, because, like I said, I know a lot of people that, like, they are very adamant about that. They just do not punch in to save their souls at all. They are so dead set against it. I'm like, so this is what, take number 432 with the same,
If you spitting like that and you can't get it, I mean.
And that's
I never took that many takes. I never took that many takes.
Right.
I never took that many takes.
I had my shit.
Like I said, that comes with the I don't want to say being a veteran, but you know what I mean. Like you've been in the music, so you brain is hurting. Are you over there recording?
That's somebody else on this.
Oh, I thought he was over there because I go on IG and I'll be tagged in that shit. I'll be like,
Spend time with your run.
he caught me. What you?
That truck and everything. Lisa! Man, busting it on the girl!
Sarah favorite song
Lies.
is Bitch Better Have My Money.
Yes, bitch better have my money.
I never seen you sound of it before.
You didn't see me that night. I was drunk and I cussed out either. Like I cussed out Jay McGraw that night too. That's how gone I was. Yeah, I don't get like that though. It was a special.
Look at that.
I don't ever see you drink. I know you drink now, though. Don't worry. Next time. You already know what we doing for the show. After 2. Look.
Well, that's like one of the I found out about jar drinks. I was at a fashion show. We was on the other side over where they had the repass and all that stuff over there. But I was on the other side and drinks with these jars. I said, "What's that?" It was like, I don't know. It's a jar. Oh, how much is that? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Went over there, got one, drank it.
That's it.
Yo, but it wasn't as bad as that night at the Depot though. The Depot, I've never been like that at a show. I don't drink. years ago. But I used to dance, you know, yeah. I got rhythm, shake my ass, all that stuff. I'm older now. I don't do that kind of stuff. But that night, I remember, the only thing I do remember is me and Singleton Newman were standing side by side. Comp, he's from Annapolis. He was in there. And somehow they got talking about mine and Singleton's asses. I don't know. I don't for it. Good times. Good times. Good times, huh? Huh, 3D. Good times. I'm not. I don't.
Yeah, you gonna be on Mars for a while. You gotta take 5 CDs with you. What you taking with you?
The hell if I know. Shit, I play. One of them's gonna be a mix CD. I need gates.
Get out the gate.
Oh.
4 left.
Tech is gonna be another one. It's gonna have to be a Tech 9 CD. Doesn't matter which one. Right now I'm stuck on the song Sriracha. I love that fucking song.
Oh wow.
I do.
Sriracha.
Sriracha.
Ain't that a chicken?
I put that on everything. No. See, I'm not good at this because I like so many different artists. So many different artists, but you know, those two definitely have to be in my little stockpile of music.
Who would you take, bro?
Yeah, because who would you take? I mean, because I'm stuck. I don't know. Like I said,
Forever.
Criminal Minded.
That's fine. That's my 5. You know, what 5 would you take?
Like you said, I don't think about it like that because
Right.
it's this point in your life, you can mix anything you want.
Take 5 CDs, not mix CDs. They say, take anything.
Why would you? Who really got 5 CDs? Like,
I'm just saying, like you only going to take.
You going?
cheating.
Wait a minute.
I'm
Look, me and Nino, we on the same page. That's
I
it.
wouldn't, because I'm gonna want to listen to some slow jam.
Look, I took a lot of songs off of Kevin Gates mixtapes and made one CD and put it in my car because, like I said, my the little thing for me able to hook my phone messed up. But anyway, and then I took. You remember Cisco's? I forgot how good this damn CD was.
Incomplete on
yes.
How
can I love? What was that song? Well, How Can I Love You Tonight? That one. Yeah, that was always my favorite. We gotta take our phones.
You gotta walk, man. With you.
No, we said a fucking Walkman, y'all.
You can take 5 CDs.
I'm gonna get a little solar panel so I can charge my shit up. Right. Sorry.
Sorry.
Last time you bought a CD?
I bought a stack of CDs.
For music, well, old new CDs. Like, when I just bought the what you call it, group CDs.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah.
Bought a stack. That was
You just buying that?
Yeah.
My car has a CD player and it's got a tape player. CDs, because all my music is right here on this damn phone. I'm mad as shit. Technology sucks.
I Bluetooth everything in my car.
See, now if I got my other radio and that's Bluetooth. But I don't know if I want to put it in this car just yet because I don't know how long I'm gonna keep this car. I just bought the car for $600. I mean, I don't know how long I'm gonna keep it. So yeah, because it came with my for it, but for another $100 he keep the system in there. It's like shit, $900 it is, son. And it rattled my trunk. Like, so it's man, they gave me $100 for my truck. My truck had a $1,300 transmission in it.
Gave me $200 for my crash.
Oh, now they crazy days no more.
It's LQ.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, some other company. But even before then, like they only gave me like $125 for my Infinity, and I drove that bitch there. She was still drivable. It's just that Yeah, so, and I still had my truck, but I was getting my truck fixed. Put a $1,300 Bluetooth. Like I said, that Bluetooth is a wonderful thing. It's like push the button.
That's it.
On the phone. I can answer my phone. Like I can answer. Like yeah, I have everything. I miss that.
Did you get that one?
I don't know. I gotta go to my email. I gotta go to my email and look. But yeah, yeah, cause the song is 9 minutes long.
Yeah.
I was just like, because usually what I do is if you send me music, you send me more than 2 tracks, and I'll play 2 tracks back to back, and then okay. Because you were sending me shit through Baltimore Paparazzi too, so yeah. Well, you was talking to me through Baltimore Paparazzi. Right. That's why I was like.
I send the music to them. I don't think so. Did I? I don't think so.
I don't even know.
That's in this spot,
I have no clue. Pull up. That way it's just easier. Did I even? Oh, this thing. Everybody watching me try to work a computer here. I know how to work a computer. I've been working with them since there was tape decks in them. Like, that's how you had to put the programs in there. Yeah, I'm telling my age. I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, I like I said, I've been working with computers. I was in middle school, and if you wanted to play a game, you had to put the cassette tape in there, and you had to press. Yeah.
The cassette tape will pop. It's like, man, as soon as you want. Now, when you playing it, it might run over across. You'll be playing, the music be jumping, and it start going right back into the joint. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, buddy. That's the good old days. I still got my tapes. Still got them.
That's just like when you, if you wanted to record a damn song off the radio.
Man, you had to take the 2 little pieces of paper or the tape on the top of it. It's because
Trying to record so you don't capture the damn DJ saying some shit or a commercial. Yeah, you try to do all that stuff. Yeah, I remember having to put the tape player in front of the speaker of the big radio. Yeah.
that's when we used to have a karaoke machine. Playing music, one record.
You talking about 96?
97, all the
96,
way. That's what we like.
The little,
The little
I'm talking about little toy shit. The one the kid, little yellow, red, black, and put that in front of the fucking radio with the mic up to the speaker. Right?
I know what you're talking about. Speakers.
Yeah, the little kid.
This thing acting crazy. Oh, yep, there it goes. Right.
The best song already on.
Right. Man, I'm glad it's better now. Shit.
Yeah, right.
Now, like.
I wonder how the industry doing it when knowing they making a lot of money off of selling albums and stuff like that.
Because they finding other ways of making the money.
Streams. Yeah.
The streams.
Shows, shows.
You couldn't get on YouTube now. You had to actually go onto the iTunes and actually file it. You know what I'm saying? Nino board and sent it to me. You know what I'm saying? And even over price joint and Purge Rex. Like, Jesus called me and he said, yo, E, it's on there. He sent me the link.
You still gonna stream?
Yeah. Downloads is crazy. It doesn't do like mine does. Mine goes straight to like it shows you on the bottom. This thing automatically starts playing in one of the Google Player or something like that. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and play. I found it, I think.
Minutes.
Yeah, I got it now. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the.
Right back.
And we move right along. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you a little story about this girl named Pandora.
As long as you didn't say Cisa, that's all I'm.
Pandora from Baltimore. Your aura made me hotter than Sodom and Gomorrah. She worked part-time with the school in the mornings. Used to puff a little weed. She was all that, plus a bag of chips with the dip. Pandora was the type, she was not and shy. Had niggas feeding for from here to Best-Stuy. I told Pandora that a smile was great. I finally got the guts to ask her for a date. She simply said, no, blame on me or how. I said, why you favor? My friends tell me so. I hate when silly booties wanna run their yak. Work with God, huh? And don't get down like that. Come on, it's about that. It's like this about that. She said, King Boss money, won't you? She said, King Boss money, won't you? How many of you motherfuckers remember your first rap that you ever wrote? Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit like busting your first nut, right? I wrote that shit like 30 years ago, right? Check it out. Competition that be fucking with my crew is decent. Go factor in the house, we be the shit of the year. And if you didn't hear me clearly, you'll clean out your ear. Probably due to build the wax from not paying your tax. 97 ill factor, we ain't faking no jacks. I like to dress warm when it's cold outside. I might catch a 97 out here, man. I wanna thank y'all for listening to the motherfucking Smash the Beat shit. King Boss money, yeah. Rock on. Big Nasty Entertainment, yeah. Rock.
Okay.
Something on that.
Huh?
Anything on that?
I don't know. Whatever she got going on, man.
There you go, Fable.
I could have came back on the English one.
I was lighting up. I was in my office lighting up. I was in my office. You
Why
did.
did you play the next song? I don't
I
like
didn't know it
it.
was coming.
Huh?
I didn't know it was stopping.
No, I said, why didn't they play the next song? I didn't ask why you didn't play the next song.
Yeah, I didn't know why they did it. I guess it was basically in that song, right?
No, it's probably because I just added this song while that song was playing.
Maybe that song got too much time in the song at the end of it.
Above the clouds, rain it down, hold it down. It's a massacre, we trapped inside the cannibal's mouth. We handed them out, transformed the manimal style. Metamorphosis, the sorceress, from animals route. You scream and you shout, out like the wild on the floor. Resurrect the revolution from inside its core. Live from the mall, when niggas say it's time for the roar. They be selling ghost tickets, won't ride when it's war. Stop in the store, physically live or more. Work the space, then they wide as jaw.
So Marcus right now.
Let's see. You will see it. He can still fight. I said he can't box. He's a fighter. That can't box. That's all.
Like I said, I think it's going to be a good fight. That's all.
That's like saying, all right, man, you slap boxing, right? If I keep slapping this shit out of you, you're not getting no slap. What you gonna do? Exactly. You gonna get mad. Exactly. You gonna get mad and rush me. Like, hey, I'm saying, you a fighter, that's what I'm saying. If we slap boxing, and I keep slapping this shit out of you, you gonna get mad and rush me. Exactly. That's what happens. They're gonna find a way to break that shit down. They're gonna find a way to time it. So you gotta give them that credit too.
He trained in boxing. The other nigga, he trained 24 hours. He got one day to train out in boxing. Nigga trained
Give me that here tomorrow. Clap. Talk about it. What's that? Find out what happened tonight. I can't wait. That's gonna be a great fight though.
That's what I said. That's what I'm saying.
Not gonna sit there and punish that boy.
That's the same thing I said, yo, like, I refuse to argue with anybody over like yo, at the end of the day, they both gonna get paid a fucking $1 million plus. You put on that, we gonna say it, argue, that's it.
I like who I like, you like who you like. I don't do all that trash stuff.
I'm gonna say this is a good fight. It's just so different than a fight that you just don't fucking really. I don't think that nobody can definitively say that it's gonna go to either person.
Right.
Because he got a style, and you know he got a record, he got skill. You know what I mean? It's just too many.
We talking about.
At the end of the day, like, you know, like
49 oh, you can't be it.
We supposed to be talking about music. We up here talking about fighting and stuff. Yeah, we supposed to be talking about music.
He's the greatest boxer of all time. I would go ahead and say that Mayweather is the best.
My thing is like this, the Rocky Marciano thing they say, he a bunch of bullshit ass fighters.
Right.
He was 50 years old. 50 years old, but he had a bunch of bullshit ass fights before then. Everybody 40, since I'm gonna say like just about 12 fights. Everybody 44 since then. Been world class. You feel what I'm saying?
You have to take that consideration, you know what I mean? And just like that, it has to be that unknown factor that nobody knows. It can go in his favor greatly or it can fuck him up. I just don't know until we get that ring. I mean, really.
Baltimore Paparazzi in the spotlight. We're talking about the fight. I know I'm getting ready to get off here anyway because I'm going to hell home sometime today.
You watching the fight tonight?
Hell no.
We rolling, we riding. He like to go inside it. I love to go all night and we rock the boat, both sided.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Miss Ella, it was intervening. That was my J Cole ringtone. I love J Cole.
Nobody's perfect.
Yep. But yeah, cause she gonna probably call back cause this is what she does. But like Nino said, I ain't getting paid.
Ask a simple question. Like, how would ask a
What the fuck
question?
does he think he is?
I know how you open the answer. You gonna be like, oh, that.
Who the fuck
do you
he?
think that she is gonna win?
It's gonna be me. I'm gonna win.
Oh, when you fight?
I'm gonna fight your ass. Keep it the fuck up. He gonna be dancing around doing whatever, this, that, and the third. He's gonna have to.
So he give me dancing.
Well, I'm just saying he got right.
The science of boxing is what? To score more points each round than other person. Right?
Right.
Not about the knockout. That's why it's like we elevated to the heavyweights because of the knockouts, right? And nobody really cared about boxing, the actual, you know what I'm saying, defense. Get landing and scoring punches. Nobody cared about that.
Skills, yeah.
We also watched the heavyweights because they used to get the knockouts. Right?
I don't.
That's why people gravitated towards UFC because that's what people was getting knocked the fuck out.
Oh yes, they were. Because
when all the heavyweights was
bullshit.
AJ
That's
be
why
knocking
Klitschko had a reign for how long? 10, 12 years?
Right.
Because couldn't nobody fuck with him. He's 6'7". He got he's somewhere down to 7 feet probably. Arm span, got that 12 feet. And once Emmanuel Lewis taught him how to jab, couldn't nobody fuck with him. Before the dumbass was getting knocked out, right? When he learned how to jab, couldn't nobody fuck with him.
Yep.
That's when UFC came about, because guess what? We want to see the violence. That shit.
See home runs.
That's what we like to see.
Football, you want to see touchdowns.
Real fight.
Basketball, you want to see dunks. I mean,
Exactly.
you want to see them get a knock the fuck out.
That's why they hate Steph Curry. Oh, shooting 3-pointers. What the hell? Shooting threes. I want to see somebody get dunked on. You want to see the nasty shit.
Right.
Right. So, yeah. Yeah.
Not a lot.
See, 3D come in my
I
show.
want to see somebody
He just
get
take
shot,
the
man. I want to see no fucking nobody not bleed, man. I want to see
yeah.
somebody die, man.
Like when you go see John Wick 2, like, yo, don't kill everybody with headshots. Like, everybody with headshots. Like, come on.
No arm, no shoulder,
No.
no leg.
Triple double, nigga, with triple doubles.
Stupid, y'all. You stupid. Somebody come get 3D's ass. Look, you see, for the fly, I had to go back to 5 season days to get the pictures.
Wow, are you serious? Look at this shit here, Nino. Wow.
Right, I had to go back to 5 season dates. That was those pictures there got my old logo. They don't have my new logo. That's my new logo.
Wow.
Right there.
Are you serious? What year is that, man?
Shit, that was 5 seasons. So that's about what, 3 years ago?
Oh my God! Wow.
Yep.
About 3 years ago.
Yeah. That's when that melee. I mean, yeah, they had to.
The boy, the dude, Mamu had gotten, they jumped him.
Right.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? I ain't seen you in like 50 years, yo. 50 years, yo.
Yeah.
50 years.
What's going on, fam?
Look, he want That's my man Cabo. But there was a show. It was a free show, and there was only like 10 people left in the damn building. Actually, there was hardly nobody in there, and they jumped him in the bathroom and they stomped on him. They shut down Simon for 30 days, liquor license, because the police went in there and fucking lied. Imagine that. We always have to be out in the parking lot whenever there's something going on. Bitch, you in the parking lot because the fucking.
Right.
But do I sound bitter and angry? Yes, no. I am. But no, we was talking about the reason why 5 seasons was shut down. Because he doesn't own that building, which I wouldn't have done all that goddamn work to the building. But he went to go get a long-term lease, and the owners wouldn't grant his long-term lease. So he said, "Fuck y'all." Right. He was supposed to be getting another place like downtown. I don't know whatever happened. I haven't talked to Simon in a while.
He was like, "Yo, we never had an incident.
I never had an incident. None of mine either. But you know why? You know why? And Block Hugger never had no incidents in any of his events, because the people respect. They respect me enough to know not to do. Plus, I got people in the crowd that'll handle shit too.
See?
Hood, same way. People,
That's what I'm saying.
you know what I mean? People respect Hood. They respect Hugger. They respect the girl that threw that. The girl that threw that event. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was a free event, and I said something about it, and people was like, "Oh, but how can you hold her responsible?" It's not that I'm holding her responsible, but it was her event. If it happened in my event, I would have been held responsible.
I would take responsibility behind it.
You know, I would have felt some kind of way. I wouldn't allow that shit to happen, for one, because I pay attention about what's going on around me. I've only been in 5 seasons like 1 or 2 times, and I've actually felt like that I would be in danger. And any other time, I've never felt any, like I could go anywhere. I don't feel like I'm, because of the people that are around me. So, and, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, what's funny is the same person that we're talking about that ran that show is the same person that was talking about the graphic designs too. She's the same. She's the same one. Yeah, the circle of life. Circle of life. But yeah, I had fun tonight, even though I still got a blazing ass headache.
I ain't still got that shit.
Yes,
Should have drunk some of that headaches.
Yo, I'm trying to do. I probably end up because I'm eating now. I just ate some of my salad. I'll probably go home and take some damn naproxen or some fucking. I don't know. I got naproxen. I don't think I got any ibuprofen. Naproxen is the same thing as fucking Aleve.
Water tip. So you your stomach, some water tip.
I'm drinking Gatorade. I can't drink city water. That shit's nasty. The fuck?
You alive?
No, it won't. That shit'll kill your ass. All them chemicals in that damn water. As soon as I turn that faucet on, I smell them chemicals. Oh hell no.
I
grew up
in the city. We work in a plant.
I work in the shit water plant.
Right.
Now my fellow doing a good job.
I can't, but see, it's the chemicals that are used to purify the water. I can't drink purified water either. The Aquafina and Dasani and all that shit. I can't drink none of that stuff either because I can taste it. I grew up on a well. We had a well. My parents still have that well, but they had to connect to the city water, well, the town water, because we live in a town, not a city.
Right.
We live in a town, and I grew up on well water. So that's like spring water.
That's what I got now too. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you got when you do that, you got to make sure you take the kids.
That's why my teeth had cavities.
I
and
didn't
shit.
know motherfuckers was selling bottled water until I was like 10. Real shit. I'm like, buy it.
Right, it's free. I can just turn the faucet on.
Right, I grew up in the jets. They ain't able to give me had to cut our shit off because it wasn't right. But
No, see, that's I can't like. Only time I ever drink water, like the city water, is if there's nothing else in the house. I got the fucking hiccups, and I got to get rid of them. And that's the only time I drink that shit. I can't. Now I'll make ice with them, but I can't drink the water. Like it's impossible. People are.
hiccups in years. Hiccups.
Yo, I can't because them hiccups be killing me, yo. I feel like I'm not growing no goddamn more. I'm staying this short. I'm staying this damn short. I ain't growing no more. But yeah, I can't drink fucking city water. That's why I be buying fucking spring water. Every once in a while, if I have to drink the purified water, I will, but I can't do it.
Purified water acidic too.
I can't do it.
Spring water,
I've drank water right coming from the waterfalls.
You said
When I was down in Virginia, when I was in Job Corps, we went down and there was this waterfall. And we were all taking a day out or whatever. They took us. I guess it's supposed to be like us hiking or something. The fuck. I'm from the country anyway. The other girls is from Baltimore, D.C., Philly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we went out there. I got pictures from the damn waterfall. But yeah, we was drinking the water from the waterfall. People like, oh my God, how can you drink that? Easy. It's better than that fucking city shit we was drinking. But yeah, and we get so off topic. I told you, this is not a fucking interview. This is just a conversation.
Just sitting back, chill.
Right. So, what are y'all working on now before we get out of here?
We just finished up the Avengers of Hip Hop. You know what I mean? I just finished up the Gutter Dope 18, Land of the Boss. And Nino was working on this project.
I had 2 different projects. One don't have a name, not title, but the other one is Fuck Your Dreams.
Okay.
And then we made just a cat.
Me, I got a duo with Little Cat. It's called Splash Brothers. You know what I mean? Then I got my solos they call me Endless Woods 2. I got Endless Woods 1 already. I'll get that.
That's what I'm talking.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
You get on SoundCloud. You just have to check it out on SoundCloud. You know what I mean? Stanley 2. It's the ACE Stanley 2.
So
Check it out.
Hollywood finishing up his joint, Brain Skull Massacre. So yeah, just
everybody working.
Everybody working. Ain't no sleep.
Definitely got a new studio up and running, so that's gonna be.
That's what's up. What's up? So when am I gonna see you on stage again?
That's a good question.
Whenever, you know what I mean? What is this, August?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you need to do live. I do live. flying September 5th. He's got another. I'll tag you in the thing or whatever to remind you when I get back. When I open my Facebook page back up. It'd be probably a couple days. They'd be getting my nerves. But yeah, it's, like I said, it's a network event. You come in there and you can actually network with him, talk to him face to face. He likes face to face.
I know that's how brother works.
You know, he likes for you to come to him.
Oh, yeah.
And like, because when was the last time you seen him? The Capadonna show?
No, I've seen Billy. Last time I seen Billy, he was was it Capadonna?
That was Sonar. Right. And time goes. I'm telling you, time goes by so fast.
It's 2017 already.
What are you talking about? It's getting ready to be September.
2018.
Right. So, yeah. So, like I said, I thank you guys for coming through. I wish I could.
Right, you are a prophet.
I wish I could have seen you guys back in June when you performed, because like I was mad that I was like, but I had already planned the trip.
That's fine.
And everything. So
we always gonna bring something live and energetic. So
right.
Jumping off stage.
I know.
No sleep.
No. I'm just like, every time he performed, if I rap stage, coming out and crying, like I can't be like, come on, y'all. And then I get a picture of him be the back of him and shit, because he done turned around. Yeah.
90 times, like.
I'll be like, yo, really? Okay. So definitely. Facebook page. I mean, my Baltimore paparazzi. Damn, I can't even talk. Yeah, I had tagged him in the picture or whatever and everything, so you can actually get in touch with him that way.
Oh yeah.
Find out where the music and all is at. And yeah. So like I said, thank you guys for coming through.
No problem.
And hope to see y'all soon.
Thanks for sharing the fight live.
Thank you.
Facebook. Let's go. Right, bitch. We got all that bitch.
Look, I'm gonna get ready to get off of here.
Oh wow! Look at that! That's live, man. That's live.
Yeah, it's Facebook Live.
Look at that.
So I'm gonna get over here. I will see y'all next week.
Oh, right.
I don't know who I'm having next week because I don't know if I'm gonna be up. We supposed to be moving and all, so I'm gonna make sure that we gonna be up and running by next.
You won't be there. You be the other spot.
But I'm saying, because next Saturday is the 2nd, so we gonna have everything up and running, right?
Oh yeah, without a hitch.
I need the address because I don't know where the fuck I'm going.
2203 St. Paul Street.
Like I'm gonna remember that shit.
We got a 3 in there. Remember, we got a 3 in there. Remember, it's 2223. 2203.
Wow.
He gonna make me. He expect me to remember that shit.
2203.
Right. That's what I'm saying, Cabo. Me and Cabo on the same damn page, y'all. 2203.
I'm gonna post it in the.
I gotta start, because I got a whole bunch of people on. When you gonna book me? When you gonna book me? When you gonna book me? So now I gotta book them all between now and then.
I have a question. Do you have any immediate plans for them gummy bears?
Oh, damn.
I done ate 2 bags already.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just offering out there.
Cabo always looking out. We're always looking out for his coworker. All right. So yeah, I'll see y'all next week. I'm not sure who I'm gonna have on here. Check out Baltimore Paparazzi Facebook page, and you will know, because that's where the flyer be. I will see y'all next week, and we will be in our new home. So yeah, later.
Take at least speed.
Welcome. Thank you guys for coming through. Trying to log out of every damn thing.
You already know me.
What's your place tonight? You got a little bit.
I didn't like.
This one they share your story.
I was like, no. Because when you came in, I was like, yo. I ain't seen you since 5 seasons either.
I lost 200 pounds too.
Yeah.
Because if not, I just take this with me.
And you, I'm still trying to figure out where the fuck I know you from. We done crossed paths 1 too many times, I think. I think that's what it is.
somehow, yo, like, yo, somebody